This is a podcast about both having autism and living with someone who has autism. My mom is Sonya, and I'm Josh, and this is Josh Has Autism.
Hey everybody, welcome to Josh Has Autism.
Hello!
So we'll just start it right off with a drum roll. Let everybody know.
I got the job. I got the job.
That's so awesome. Give me 5.
Yeah.
That is so cool. How does that feel?
Oh my gosh, it's awesome.
Yes, you've been saying that working at a library is your dream job forever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's what I said in the interview too.
Mm-hmm.
and I wasn't worried about it either, which is weird. It was. I mean, I knew I was gonna get the job, really, without knowing it. I knew it.
That's really cool. What is your start date?
The 27th of September.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. She's got a couple weeks to go.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Wow. And is it, so I think that you said it was part-time.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. So it's about 20 hours a week?
Yes.
Is that right?
Yes.
Okay. Do you know if it's going to be at the same library every time?
I do not know.
Okay. All right. What do you know?
I know that every other weekend there's a possibility that I'll be working on Saturdays.
Okay.
But other than that, it is a set schedule.
Mm-hmm. Do you have it yet?
No, I don't have the schedule yet.
Okay. All right.
I know that I need to get my COVID card, the one that they stamp or whatever, saying, hey, you got your shots.
Mm-hmm.
I need to get that in by the 23rd.
Okay. And that is one of the reasons, like we said last time, regardless of what, we don't, look, life is too short to judge other people for what they do and don't do.
Right.
For you chose to get it because you wanted this job.
Yeah.
And you knew that when you got this job, they were going to make you get it.
Yeah.
Or let's just say you couldn't get it without it.
Right.
So,
or at least I had a feeling that was going to be the case.
Mm-hmm. And it is. And even your dad, he had to have his by September 1st.
Yeah.
So, both of them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, hold on one second. Bella, the third little white dog in the family, is here. She's wanting to get out. Hold on a second.
I'll get it.
Okay.
You pick her up and put her over.
Okay. Come here, baby. Come here. There you go.
Cool.
All right. Bella is...
Bella has left the building.
Yeah. She is Nana and Pappy's little Bichon.
Yes.
She is probably 7 years old.
Really?
Uh-huh.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. She was here before we left Pennsylvania.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Okay.
Yep. So that's how I keep track of that. Yeah. So this is really exciting.
Yeah.
And so this was something that you did yourself.
Yeah.
Which was really significant.
Mm-hmm.
From the very first application to every step along the way, you did that.
Yeah.
So I would think that feels really good having done that, but tell me if it does or not.
It does.
So that's not lost on you.
No, it's not lost on me.
Yeah.
It's huge.
Mm-hmm. I agree. Yeah, I agree with that. How do you think it's going to change your life?
For one thing, structure.
Mm-hmm.
There's going to be a lot more structure in my life because of this, and I think part-time for right now is awesome because I'm worried that if it had been full-time or anything like that to start with, I would have been overwhelmed.
Mm-hmm.
But because it is part-time, I'll still have days off and things like that. So it'll really give me time to mellow out on some days.
Yeah. Yeah. Very cool.
Yeah.
And so you start on the 27th. Do you know yet if there's like a dress code or anything like that?
I do not. The first day is not at the libraries I'd be working at. It's actually at where I did the interview at.
Okay.
And so I'm going to be... The first day is essentially going through all the rules and stuff.
Oh, your favorite thing, next to books.
Yeah, so that's when I'd find out about the dress code and stuff like that.
You just kind of skated past that, didn't let me feel... That was funny. Yes, that's your two favorite things, books and rules. Yeah, you just blew past it. So, very cool.
Yeah.
Yes, very cool. Are you nervous?
No, I'm not, surprisingly. I'm really not.
Right. It's just because... I would think because this is what you've always wanted, and because it's books.
Yeah.
It's books. Why would you, Yeah. But I just, still there's the unknown element.
Mm-hmm.
And what's interesting too is that I just want to point out that all of those years of I know there's a weird pause, right?
Yeah,
because I looked over. So the other little white dog is Button, who is a little Westie, and I'm sitting here in my chair next to the
foot of the bed, yeah.
And I look over, and her nose is right at my nose. And she's staring right at me. I don't know what she's been. She's been following me everywhere today.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's cool.
Following me everywhere, Button. What's up? I don't know. It's weird.
Yeah.
What was I talking about?
Me getting a job?
Yes, you're getting a job, but...
Specifically? I don't know.
Okay. Okay. The unknown... I know what I was going to say. I know what I was going to say to you. Is that all of those years of you going out into the community and interacting with people, and like this kind of role play thing that we did where, this is...
This is the appropriate response for this kind of situation. Mm-hmm. And different things like that.
Yes,
yeah.
And at first, things had to be very concrete.
Mm-hmm.
So you had to know, we would take you, again, I've said this so many times, but even to go and to take a letter to the post office, this is how things go.
Yeah.
When you walk by people, you can say, hello, how are you?
Yeah.
And when they say... great, how are you? You don't have to tell them
my life story.
Your life story.
Yes.
And so a lot of those things you you learned those things.
Yeah.
But the kindness of the beast that you are is just all you.
Yeah.
You have always been the one that if somebody drops something, you're gonna the first one to try to pick it up and help them out, whatever. If somebody drops books in the hallway or in a park, somebody drops something in a parking lot in a store, whatever, you're going to be the one that's going to try to help them out.
Right.
So you've gotten very good at the appropriate responses. Sometimes, does that still feel like it's learned behavior, or is it gotten to a point now where it feels pretty natural, or some of both?
There are some instances where it does not feel natural, but for the most part, it's become very entwined with my reactions. Mm-hmm. Like what you were saying with the how are you? I'm good. How are you? Mm-hmm. That kind of thing. Mm-hmm. The pleasantries and stuff like that are ingrained now.
Right.
So they're very, very much an easier part to deal with. Mm-hmm. Like let's say I'm not having a great day, I could say, things can be better, things can be worse. Mm-hmm. No use complaining. Mm-hmm. And they'll usually be like, oh yeah, I know how that is.
Yes.
And then we'll just move on.
Right. So how do you think what will happen when somebody's asking you? Again, we'll go back to you helping people is something that you really enjoy,
Mm-hmm.
and I can't think of anything that you would enjoy more than helping somebody find a book. It's
Yeah.
it's just that's your passion,
Yeah.
and so the nuances that sometimes come with conversations. What do you? That's going to be a part of this job,
Yeah.
and you're comfortable with that.
More or less, and if I'm not, I know that I can go to someone else and ask.
Which is another thing that you've learned.
Yes.
And so, at this moment in time, I really do feel like I'm so grateful to all the people that helped,
Yeah.
us to know how to help you. So they came in, there were people, professionals, they took you out into the community and helped you.
Yeah.
Then they did what's called transferring of skills. They taught us how to do this, and then we taught you how to do this.
Yes.
So it was always one of the things that I would say is little guys coming up,
Mm-hmm.
guys and girls coming up with that are on the spectrum. It's repetitive. It's the repetition
Yeah.
of what you're doing that ultimately has a chance to stick.
Yes.
And when it ultimately sticks,
You got it.
Yeah.
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 Like with me, where it's pretty much ingrained now that certain questions require certain responses or variations of it. It is difficult getting to this point.
Yes.
It is. But people that are on the spectrum are extremely intelligent.
Correct.
And I absolutely believe that we can do it, that we can succeed. Not just through repetition, but with the help of everyone else around them.
Yeah. Connor, your nephew, my grandbaby, is on the spectrum.
Yes.
And now what'll happen is things will feel, I can see it happen with him like it used to happen to you.
Yeah.
It would just be a situation where he's beginning to feel overwhelmed.
Yeah.
And he's getting elevated.
Yeah.
And you can look around and see that those things going on around him other people that are not on the spectrum might not want to have to deal with that.
Right.
But the overload that he's feeling is not what they're feeling.
Right,
What other
right.
on people that are not on the spectrum would feel.
Right.
So I've started working with him, and
I saw that breathing thing you taught him.
What did you see? Tell me what you observed.
So he was in the middle of not a rant or anything like that, but like he was having a meltdown.
Yeah, he was.
And you told him breathe in, and you did the hand movements
like the palms going up.
to breathe
Breathe
in.
in, you go up to like around your neck, and then you breathe
out, and you turn your palms
are
down
on the ground,
push-
facing
and
the
push
ground,
down.
and pushing down.
Yeah.
And I have him do it 3 times in a row.
Yeah, or more if he needs it.
He will only do 3.
Really?
Because we've talked about 3.
Okay.
He will only do.
Okay.
You what? Next time you ask,
Yeah, I thought he did 4 last time, so I missed that then.
He might have miscounted.
Oh, that's
but I doubt it.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah, and it helps him. And what happens is, it just gives him that beat to regroup.
Yeah, and to de-escalate his.
Exactly. And then when that happens, I say, now, what is it that you'd like to say?
Yeah.
And
he's not yelling anymore.
He's not. He's calm, and he's able to express himself.
Yes.
As to what he was feeling, what he was thinking, what didn't feel right.
Right.
What around him, what wasn't
Right.
You know.
And this thing was about dinner or something like that, wasn't it? Like spaghetti?
You know what, Josh? I don't.
There was so much going on.
I don't remember because we do that often. We do the breathing exercise often, and you know, even it helps a lot. It really does help him to get to find his calm again and to be comfortable.
I remember,
and I'm glad you saw it because you saw, right? He's totally different.
Yeah.
Afterwards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember that whenever I was in middle school and later elementary, early high school, I would clench my fists really tightly and then release it.
Right.
And you had to explain to teachers and everyone that no, I'm not about to punch somebody.
Yeah.
That was my way of de-escalating myself.
Yes, correct. And you know what's interesting too is about you kind of. I'd always say that if your response to something isn't truly yours, if it's something that's learned, then it takes you a little bit longer to get there. You know, or if you're counting just to kind of like de-escalate yourself, like you just said, then you can proceed. I had to learn that too with you, is that through your whole life, is that when I say something to you, ask you something, you don't always answer right away, and it doesn't mean that you're not listening or that you're ignoring.
Right.
It means that you're processing.
Yes.
So I think that's important for people to know when they're have somebody on the spectrum in their life.
Yeah.
Is just to give them time.
Yeah.
You know, and
it's not so much that we're ignoring you. It's not.
It's not so much.
Shut up.
Shut up.
No. It's that sometimes it takes a while for us to fully comprehend what is being said to us.
Yes.
Not necessarily the words, but the meaning behind them. Mm-hmm. Because words are easy, the meaning's not so much.
Well, you can explain a little bit.
Like,
Now we gotta let Button out. You lift her over?
Yeah, here,
Come here, Button. Come here, Button. Come on, baby. There you go. Oh. Sorry, everybody.
We're down to one.
Down to one pup.
Yeah. Like ulterior motives or...
Oh, yes.
Or,
sarcasm.
Yes, that's a huge one. Mm-hmm. And, whenever you say something but mean something else. Mm-hmm. Like euphemisms or anything else like that. Innuendo, yeah. Mm-hmm. All that stuff.
And it was also hard for you to understand, too, if somebody was being mean.
Yeah.
Because if they're using words that are not mean in themselves...
Right.
But in the big picture, they were mean.
Yeah.
That was totally lost on you. You did not understand when somebody was being mean. Is that something that you have an easier time with now, understanding what people are meaning, or that's still a difficult one?
It's easier at times. Like, sometimes I still don't know if someone is purposely being mean to me about when using their words.
Right.
Sometimes it's really easy to tell if someone's using sarcasm with me.
Now, right?
Now, yeah. But which is such a dichotomy that it's just strange. But that's how it is. Mm-hmm. And
Well, I think that you're going to do great with this job because you know all those things.
Yeah.
Because at this point in your life, you work very hard to get there. We talked to our good friend Richard before on the podcast, and you know he's on the spectrum and he has a job and he's had more than one job, and each time that's something that he deals with is the nuance of the co-workers.
Yes.
And the little cliques he talked about, and the behaviors, and and I think that it makes a big difference on where you work.
Yeah.
And I'm hopeful that a library is a good place to be.
Yeah.
Unless you might get the cranky person that has an assignment due and they didn't.
Yeah. But even then, who goes to a public library for that? I've never heard of someone doing that.
To do research?
Right. Usually it's at a school or something like that, library, that they do that. Whether it be college or their high school or something like that. I've never heard of someone going to a public library for that.
Maybe you're right, because I went to the college library and not out to a public library when... Yeah, maybe you're right about that. And a lot of things are online now.
Yeah, that's true too.
Are you going to have to learn computer skills as part of your job, do you think?
Not per se. Mm-hmm. Like, if it is computer skills that I need to know, mm-hmm. it's bare minimum things.
Okay. So that's a good question. Did they tell you what your job is exactly?
Yes.
Oh, good. Because I don't know this one.
Okay, so there is a little bit of signing books in and out.
Okay.
So that does involve the computer.
Mm-hmm.
But that's about it for the computer.
Okay.
There is making sure that my section of books are in order, are put away properly, mm-hmm. are not falling off the shelves.
You have your own section of books?
Yeah.
What's your section?
I don't know yet.
Oh.
I haven't worked yet.
If you could pick a section of books, what would it be?
Oh my gosh. Fiction. Some kind of fiction, whether it be murder mystery, whether it be science fiction or fantasy. One of the three. I would love to have one of the three. But who knows?
Huh, yeah. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
I always gravitate towards the healing modalities.
Yeah.
The
crystal
energy,
books.
Crystals and, Reiki and just any and all things about energy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So the 23rd, you have to have stuff in?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
I am going to be calling them to make sure that I can take a picture of both sides of it and send it in that way. Mm-hmm. And if not, I'm going to have to scan it in. Okay. As I don't think we have a scanner here at home. So
I think we do. You can scan. Yeah, we do.
We do?
Yeah, it's on the top part of the printer.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Yeah, we have that.
All right.
Oh shoot, what was I going to ask you? One of the things that you are going to need mm-hmm. is to stay on track of your schedule. Mm-hmm. And how are you going to do that?
It is a lot easier having foreknowledge of what the week is going to be like. Mm-hmm. Like with the schedule that I'd be working, mm-hmm. they have a sheet or whatever that tells you what your schedule is for that week, and I think the following week as well.
Okay.
So it'll be a lot easier to plan things out like that. Where as opposed to right now, where it's not structured very well at all, or very much at all.
Mm-hmm. And how are you going to let us know what your schedule is?
Show it to you.
How about if you put it on the refrigerator?
Yeah, that'll work if it's printed out. Yeah.
Yeah. Because that way everybody can know.
Yeah, because it might be a digital thing.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Which in that case I'll make sure.
You can still print it out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
'Cause I know
Unless it's
everybody's
just a phone app.
Oh, all right. Because I know everybody, when we have appointments, when we
Mhm.
have things that we have to do together, it's going to be helpful for me to know,
Yeah.
when it is that you're going
Yeah.
to work. So, do you feel physically okay? You're ready do you need anything before you start work? So you were having some trouble, stomach trouble.
Yeah. I mean,
Hey, you're not alone. You're not alone. Look, there's me and your dad and you and RJ and Nana and Pappy and Connor and Madison. The grandbabies are over here all the time.
Mhm.
And now we have, instead of just Einstein, we have Einstein and Button and Bean.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
the three white dogs.
Yeah.
And so there is a lot energetically going on in this house.
Yeah.
And so,
Mhm.
it's, look, Dad and I go out not because we always want to go out, but because we need to go out.
I completely understand.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, RJ next week gets his apartment.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I
That's
think he
cool.
gets it on the 15th.
Oh, cool.
So, yeah. So that
Okay.
will lighten things up a bit here.
Yeah.
But he's not really a problem. But I know for you guys, again, you have to share a room, so that's not good. That's not a
Ideal situation.
It's not.
Yeah.
Last couple days especially, you've had a hard time.
Mainly because of the kids and everything. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because all of us share the room.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. All right. Well, anything else that you want to talk about with the library job?
No.
Okay. So just so anybody that's listening, if you might be, if in case you have somebody that is getting SSI,
Mm-hmm.
the way that works is that somebody on SSI is able to make $85 a month. It doesn't affect anything.
Mm-hmm.
So the first $85 is removed from the equation.
Okay.
And then after that,
For every $2 I make, $1 is taken off.
something to that effect. It might be
Yeah.
$1.50 or something like that. It's like a 2-to-1 ratio.
Yeah.
So, we're gonna have to report it
Mm-hmm.
as soon as you start getting paid.
Yes.
We're gonna have to let SSI know that.
Yes.
And it's also important that it's physically taken down there.
Yeah. The proof of working and everything, or the
pay stubs.
That's
pay
it.
stubs. And the reasons, for anybody that's listening here, the reason you do that is because, look, I have family that works at Social Security office, works for the Social Security Administration. She said to me, you take it down there and make sure that they have it in their hand
Yeah.
and that you have a copy of the fact that they received it.
Yeah.
Because there's not always follow through. It doesn't always end up in the right place. It's
Right.
And then what happens is, like, say for example, you mailed it in, which is an option, or you phone it in, which is an option. You don't have any proof that it was
Accepted.
yes.
Yeah.
And then you have to go back, and it's a big hassle to fix that.
Yeah.
But yes, so that's going to be a part of it.
Okay.
So whatever day that is, that's something that we'll get a schedule.
Yeah.
So that it's on your schedule if that's something that has to be done that particular day of the week.
Okay.
And it's not the payday.
It's monthly.
It's not the payday. It's Social Security Administration, how they want it.
Right, which I think is once every month.
I think you're right.
Yeah.
I think you're right. It's been a while, but
Yeah.
I think so. But so, anyways, in other words, you can't just make money and collect SSI.
Right.
You can't do that.
Right.
You can make $85, and nothing is disturbed.
Right.
Once you start making over $85, it is.
Yes. And if you don't let them know, that's defrauding them? Defrauding the government or something like that? I don't know.
it's funny because, yes, I wasn't even thinking about that on that end of it because that's just not something we would do.
Right.
But I was thinking about how big, giant pain in the butt it is to go back and make something right.
Right.
With the Social Security office.
Right.
It's just very complicated. So you really kind of want to
get it right the first time.
Yeah, you're better off getting it right the first time rather than go back and try to make it okay.
Yeah.
So, do you know of anybody that works at the library?
Not at this time. However, one of my D&D companions online actually used to work at a library before transferring over to Civil War Museum.
Oh, man.
Yeah. Here in Virginia, no less.
That's your favorite thing.
Yeah.
That books and Civil War.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Your eyes are kind of sparkling when you describe that. Would you do that? Like, if you got offered a job in a museum like that, would you leave your books to go to that?
Possibly.
Yeah. Wow. Yes. I know that's something you're really interested in. And we had talked about you volunteering, possibly at a museum, giving some of the spiels. What's really cool is here up in Williamsburg, and
well, just north of us is Williamsburg. Yeah.
Yes, they dress up.
For reenactments and stuff.
Yeah, when you go there in the summer, I mean, it's been COVID really put a damper on things, but boy, you can go and talk to somebody. They have let's say they're doing the shoe repair. Well, you go to talk to them, and they're going to speak to you just as if they were from that era, in that language, and that cadence, and those particular words, and it's just very cool.
Yeah,
I really like it. So you would do that, wouldn't you?
Yeah,
you would.
Which, funnily enough,
funnily.
Shut up. I think that's a word. I actually don't know.
I don't know. Funnily. Okay, I'm going to look it up.
Oh my gosh.
Keep talking. I'm going to look up funnily.
One of the funny things about reenacting is that it's a more in-depth version of D&D.
Oh.
If you think about it, it's because you're portraying somebody else. But yeah, just with reenacting, it's what?
Funnily, in a strange or amusing way. Funnily.
Yes.
Adverb.
Yes.
Funnily. Funnily. Here, what you just said. Funnily enough. It's written right there. Funnily enough. Definition and meaning. You use funnily enough to indicate that although something is surprising, it is true or really happened.
Yes.
That's, yeah. All right. Well, there you go. Funnily is a word. You're not just making stuff up as you go. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Well, we needed this. We needed this great news around here because there's been a number of health scares. We got a call that your dad has had an abnormality in his blood. That was very scary. And then found out that it hasn't proved. So, but he has like a lesion in his kidney, and he's going to get that looked at. Einstein went to the doctor today. He has a urinary tract infection, and they put him on doggy Prozac.
What is that?
Einstein?
Yeah, no.
The Einstein's medicine?
Yeah.
It's for anxiety.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So, and she said that sometimes older dogs, just like people, can begin to not handle things the way they used to. Things might be more uncomfortable or feel overwhelming or can create anxiety.
Are you telling me that older people get autism?
No, not like that. Not like that. Not like that. Like things that you used to be able to do without problem at all now create some angst or anxiety.
Okay. Yeah.
Or in situations you're not quite sure of, like maybe you just used to not even worry about something, and now you worry about or feel anxious about.
Okay.
So, he's been crying a lot, and they think that's what that is.
Especially when you're not there, he won't stop.
Yeah, I talked to her about that. She said that she feels like I'm his comfort.
Yeah.
Like I'm his safety
blanket.
Yeah, kinda. Kinda.
Although you drape him over your shoulder.
Yeah. Yes. Yes. He pretty much. Einstein and I are not usually apart.
Yeah.
There's not very many hours of any day that we're not together.
Right.
But yeah. So it's really great to have this the great news, and the highlight is you getting this job, and you all the effort that you the steps that you took, and the effort that you put in your life to be able to make this happen. It's pretty cool. Yeah,
I'm really happy.
Yeah. No kidding. You deserve it.
Thanks.
You deserve it. It's awesome. All right. Well, I think that we'll cut this one short here today. I remember you said don't cut it short. Well, look, we didn't really. But anyway, yes. So congratulations. Woohoo!
Yay. Thank you.
Good job. Congratulations. It's fantastic. Thank you, everybody, for hanging out with us today, listening, and thanks for the emails that we get. Yes, keep them coming. We enjoy them so much, and they mean so much. And there's been a huge upheaval here. If you have not heard back from us, it's not because we are not interested or grateful for you, because we are. We've got slammed with so many things happening here. And we'll be back in touch soon. Yeah. Anyway, let us know if there's anything you want us to talk about. If you want to be on the podcast, let us know that too.
Yeah.
And, please give us 5 stars, because it helps us out. And check us out at my website, sonyaking.com. It's SONYAKING. And that would be awesome.
Yeah. You do a blog.
I haven't done a blog in a while.
Really?
Yeah, well, because
everything's been going on. Yeah.
I don't have time.
Yeah.
I don't. There's just no time for that. So yeah, hopefully I'll start it up again.
Yeah.
But I haven't done it about the last 6.
What?
I know. What?
Wow.
Yeah, but look what's been going on.
Yeah, I understand, but wow.
I know. So I need to get back doing that as soon as I can get things.
Okay.
Well, the thing when we're talking about so much going on, that Nana and Pappy moved up here. We're trying to find people to renovate the house. We're trying to add on a mother-in-law suite to the side of the house, or a portion of the house, so that we can all not live together. Because...
Or at least directly together.
Yes, because as much as we all love one another, I would really like to have some separation.
Yeah.
I would really like to not share a kitchen. I'd really like to be able to just for Dad and I to have our own living room again.
Yeah.
And just really have some, it's tough. I don't care if you really enjoy somebody's company.
Yeah.
Look, I love you a lot. The person that I want to be with all the time is your dad.
And Steiny.
And you, most of the time.
Most of the time, yes, but not all the time.
Not all the time. And because you get crabby. You get
right back at you.
Yeah. You do. If you have to stay with me more than... Like, I can see it happen. It's like, and we're done. That happens, right?
Yeah,
So it's... And when that happens, I don't want to be with you, because you don't... It's...
Right.
You need this separation, and...
Yeah.
Anyway. So, yeah. So, there's that, and the nuance of everybody... All these moving parts right now. And it's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
And anyway, so yes, lots and lots going on. So hopefully I'll start that back up in the next couple weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah, I enjoy writing the blogs. So
Yeah.
I'll
That
start
reminds
with
me, actually. I am still getting favorites and watches and stuff like that for that thing I wrote.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. So
Oh
it's.
my gosh. Look at you.
Yeah.
You're on a roll.
Yeah.
It's fantastic. Well, good for you. Yeah. So, are you going to write anything new?
Yeah.
Good. Good. I love it.
Hmm.
All right, everybody. I hope that you were all safe. We had the storm coming across the country. I hope everybody is safe and and your homes are okay. And it's been dangerous out there. So we're sending you huge hugs.
Yeah.
Yeah, and take care of yourselves. And hope you're happy and healthy. Love you.
Bye.